And it is truly a miracle because I really didn't have anything really in mind. I was just going to do the open mic, but since I've been put on the spot, I will be glad to do this. This is kind of somewhat good training for me. Being able to do stuff on the spur of the moment. So, and what I'm reading from is from one of my recent writings that I just recently have put together. And this is Transgender Woman's First GYN Appointment. I wrote this back in October. Then I asked her, my students want me to wear a dress for the rest of today's class. Would you want me to change into something before I come to your class? She instantly replied, no, keep the dress on. You look so pretty. Then she added that she would inform her students that I had lost a wager and that I would be wearing a dress. When I returned to the classroom and finished out the classroom teaching time while wearing the dress. At the end of class, several of the female students asked to take pictures of me. The students took several of me alone, then several took pictures of me with them as well. I feel I need to write and include that I have a passion for teaching. While on active duty, I'll taught dental assisting, which was only the spark in my following duty assignments. I kept skills refreshed as I sought out and usually found opportunities to teach. While stationed in Wiesbaden, Germany, I was asked to teach the IRS tax course by an IRS agent. Once the course was over, he told me that I did an excellent job. When I entered into retirement, I was a AFROTC instructor, then a medical assistant instructor. I continued to have a passion to teach. One day I would like to teach again full time. However, this time on my terms of being a female. I deeply feel that I can still be a great teacher. What happened next was another experience that I will always remember. At 2 p.m., I went to one of my co-workers' lab classroom. She said that she was doing a vital signs lab and as well as a health history lab. Then she said that she wanted me to walk around and observe and evaluate the students as they did their vital signs. She did have the class set up as a clinic, a waiting room, a vital signs room, and a doctor's office. She had the petition screen placed to detonate or to denote each of the areas. A gynecological table was her doctor's office. Here we go. As I began to observe, everything seemed to be running very smoothly. Everything was logical. The students were predominantly female, but there were 2 male students. I felt the males were rather skeptical seeing me in a dress, while the females smiled as they worked. I was impressed with each student as they took the vital signs on each other. I had worn the dress now for over 6 hours and had begun to feel comfortable being in the dress. I felt it was natural. After the second break, the female instructor had several of the female students in her doctor's office with the gynecological table. She was explaining how the chair operated and how a GYN exam would typically go. She explained the stirrups, and then explained that the doctor would use the same table for women who are pregnant. I didn't have to do anything but to listen. Then she told the students that she worked in a GYN doctor's office for several years before she decided to teach. At the end of the class, she dismissed her students, then asked me to assist her in the cleanup of the lab and get ready for the next day's use. When we got to the GYN table, she began to talk to me about the experience of working in a GYN clinic. Then she asked me to get on the table, which I did. Then she asked me if I wanted to have my legs in the stirrup. I felt nervous, but decided to go along. As she brought up the stirrups, she asked, "Can I ask you something personal?" I cringed, as I did not know what she was about to ask. Then she asked, "Are you wearing panties under your dress?" I replied, "Yes." Then she said, "Oh, good. I didn't know what you were wearing under there. It won't be a big deal then." Then I asked her what she meant. She replied, "Well, I didn't know if you were wearing panties or boxer shorts or gym shorts. When I place your legs in the stirrups, your legs will be spread and your private area will be exposed." Then she asked, "Do you mind me seeing your panties?" Then she stated, "If you will be teaching male and female anatomy, you would need to know about a GYN exam. I've done these for many years with a doctor. I'd like to show you what goes on in a GYN appointment." She then had me place my legs in the stirrups. I did have to raise up my dress up to my thighs, exposing my panties to her. As she raised the stirrups, she said, "Oh, those are so much girly panties. Very nice." She then began to explain the process as she was talking to another female instructor came in who was friends with her. She came over and asked what was going on. She replied, "Oh, I'm just showing Steve about a GYN appointment." Then she stepped away, leaving me and my legs spread open and my panties exposed. I felt very nervous about a supervisor coming in and seeing what was going on. When she came back, she said her friend wanted to get a camera and will be back soon. She said that she wants to take some pictures for Halloween. I had a feeling it was not Halloween pictures that she really wanted to take. Then she got a doll and a sheet, and she placed the sheet over me, then handed me a baby and said, "Okay, now you're pregnant. I'm going to deliver your baby, madam." As she did so, her friend came back in and began to take pictures of her and me with my legs spread under the sheet. She took one of me delivering the baby and had me react as though I was in pain. I suppose she also felt we had to stop as she lowered the stirrups and to lower my legs. Then she helped me off the table. I reached down to pull my dress down as my panties were still showing. Somewhere I have a few pictures of this that she sent to me. I may never know her truth. However, I do believe when she saw me in the instructor office wearing a dress, she has something in mind when she asked me to assist her on the hands-on lab. When she had my legs in the stirrups and my panties exposed, I believe it somewhat confirmed to her that I wore panties and female clothes when I was not at work. Even perhaps that I wore panties regularly under my clothes. I believe she knew that I desired to be female.
Wow.
I actually have some pictures.
Thank you for sharing that.